The last time I visited Ogun State was in 2018. Did not really see much going on, but coming back here in 2022, I am blown away. This is what I call transformation.
The beauty of this place is that you have transformed a forest into an aerotropolis of about 50 million square meters, creating employment, creating infrastructure, empowering the street, increasing the value of the property of private citizens. I mean, what else can we ask for?
Where the laterite is already finished.
This state exceeded my expectations, from the infrastructure to the affordable real estate, tech innovation.
We are not only doing things for today, so it's for the future.
And for the first time, they are constructing an agro-cargo passenger and international airport. This will be the first of its kind in the country.
And here they've not only started, they have completed almost 60% of the work. Forget about what we're doing here. This is the fastest airport construction anywhere in Nigeria, anywhere in Africa. And every corner, you cannot go 2 kilometers without seeing people walking.
With all of this happening, there has to be someone responsible for it.
We assumed office May 29, 2019. We defined for ourselves a vision to create a focused and qualitative governance while providing an enabling environment for public-private sector partnership, which we believe is fundamental to the economic growth of the state and the individual prosperity of our people.
I also met residents living and working in the state to tell me how impactful the transformation has on them.
From the look of things, with their contemporary ways of doing things, I think it's working effectively. They are trying everything possible to make sure everywhere is okay for now.
And it's also notable for having a high concentration of industrial estates and being a major manufacturing hub in Nigeria.
On our right hand here, it's the road that leads to Abeokuta Center. On this road alone, you have more than 100 factories. Nestle have over 10,000 staff working there every day.
A lot of employment to the state. Permit me to say Ogun State is one of the most underrated states in Nigeria.
You can say that one more time.
And you get to find out for yourself if you watch this video to the very end. Please subscribe to the channel, and I would appreciate it if you hit the like button. Ogun State averages a population of about 4 million people and is located in southwestern Nigeria. Abeokuta is both Ogun State's capital and the most populous city in the state, nicknamed the gateway to Nigeria.
As the only state that borders Lagos, and the state without which you cannot go from Lagos to the rest of the country. And that's why we're called the gateway state, and we're the gateway to the rest of the country.
Mr. Suji, we're at the city gate, and the entrance to the city already speaks about the city. Because the last time I came here to Ogun State, I didn't see all of this. It's just like Dubai. You are driving on the road, the next year you come, you see that road is changing direction.
Exactly. That is the fantastic part of the super governor. They call him Mr. Works. The fundamental part of any city is the entrance. This is the gateway entrance of the city. This alone allows the communals, the transporters, the passengers that are coming into the state, it gives them a mental representation of what they're about to see in the state. If you look at this piece of art, so one hand stretches to hard work and the other hand communicates to unity. And when you talk about hard work, there's no other governor that is an epitome of hard work, entrepreneurship and leadership like the Prince Dapo Abiodun, the executive governor of this state. On our right hand here, it's the road that leads to Abeokuta Center. On this road alone, you have more than 100 factories. More than 100 factories. By our right hand side, you can see Nestle over there. Nestle have over 10,000 staff working there every day.
And this is bringing a lot of employment to the state.
Bringing a lot of employment, bringing a lot of engagement, increasing the IGR of the state, developing the infrastructure of the area. And by your right hand side, you see factories like this. This is one, but you have numerous ones like that. In the shortest period of time, he has constructed a road that 10 other administrations could have done in the most shortest period of time. And that is why I personally am very emotional when I come to this state. Not because my mother is from here, not because I have a personal relationship with the governor, but I am very addicted to perfection. The philosophy of what Sujimoto stands for is diligence, integrity, and excellence. And the excellent thing that is going on in this state, and that's why I volunteered. Okay, you know what, today I want to come and see what you're doing, and let me personally show you around the state.
Several infrastructural projects have been executed in the 3 senatorial districts of the state, and of course, reducing the housing deficit with affordable housing.
So we're in an area called Kubakwe right here in Abeokuta, Ogun State. We are in a residential estate that is targeted at the low-income earners. Right here, it's all about affordability, and it's a mass housing project. I mean, you have over 526 units, affordable units of 2 and 3 bedrooms. I tell you, at the off-plan stage, bungalows right here, they were going for 5.5 million naira. Any civil servant or a decent income earner should be able to afford that. Even if you're able to mortgage it, then you can afford yourself, you know, a house like this. But I mean, I just had to bring you guys this project, not just to show you the real estate as well, but also let you know that, look, the government, they are keen on, you know, bringing affordable projects, so more and more people right here in Ogun State can actually own homes. And this is one of the many projects that we're going to see done by the government right here in Abeokuta.
To further reduce underemployment, the leadership of the state used the affordable housing project as a means of generating employment for both skilled and unskilled labor, directly and indirectly.
We saw providing affordable housing as an opportunity of not just, you know, turning our people from tenants to landlords, but at the same time also gainfully employing our artisans. So it was a double barrel approach for us.
So you're not just giving them homes, you're employing the locals to build these homes for people.
Yes, so you find out that all the houses we've built were built by direct labor. And in direct labor are people that are employed from the immediate vicinity where those, you know, houses are being built. And we've spread these constructions across the state. So we have, you know, affordable housing projects in Ogun Central, you have in Ogun East, you have in Ogun West. And all those who have built those houses are from that immediate corridor. To date, we've built 1,200 homes. We are still building.
Stephen, something very important about this estate is that about 3 years ago, I was part of the people that, even before the founders that started the foundation of this estate. And it was very important for me that the King's Court at Okemoson would represent not necessarily the type of luxury we represent as Sujimoto, but the infrastructure, the engineering and infrastructure of it is well planned. As you can see, there is very, very beautiful surveying, there is a great landscape, and this is just a pinch amongst the estates that the executive governor, Prince Dapo Abiodun, is
You know, one of the things that really fascinates me is, you know, you would rarely find such greenery, you know, in Nigeria's real estate, because everybody's trying to manage space, you know.
Yes.
But looking at this project, you know, when you come into a project, you might be tempted to think that it belongs to a private developer.
No, yes,
but this
exactly.
is a government developed, so they didn't compromise on quality.
Absolutely.
To make sure that they provide homes. And I heard this is a middle-income neighborhood.
Yeah, this is kind of a middle-income neighborhood. By your right, you have the government house, which is the capital of the state, and you know, by your left-hand side, you have the stadium and everything. This road you see is like our the Fifth Avenue of Abeokuta. Some of them are 4 bedrooms and 5 bedrooms, 85 units in total of luxury, of their level of luxury. 85 units with 31 already completed and people already living in there. But then you also have numerous estates that they have been building. Over 1,000 houses built in less than 4 years. Who built 1,000 houses in less than 4 years? The speed of construction and the impact into the housing sector of Ogun State, I've never seen that type of speed before. This also tackles one of the biggest problems in Nigeria, housing deficit, over 21 million housing deficit in our nation.
To show you how real estate appreciates, this neighborhood, when it was at the off-plan stage, was selling for 55 million. And then later on, it sold for 65 million. And now probably if you want to buy, you're buying secondary sales, if that is even available. But the phase 2 project is going on. So I think that's probably where the next viable investment opportunity is.
If you understand the housing mindset of the administration of President Dapo Abiodun is about affordability and impacting the lives of the people, where you bring luxury at an affordable price. Of course, OPIC is a government institution, but must make profit, but not at the detriment of the people. I mean, when you come in here, you wouldn't believe that this is a state government, through the help of OPIC, that really built this. They set a standard so high so that you can achieve something as beautiful as this.
As mentioned in the beginning of the video, Ogun State is constructing an 8 million square kilometer agro, cargo and passenger airport.
Where we are now is the entrance to the airport. To my left is Ilishon, to my right is Sikperu, and both have direct access to the Shagamu-Ijebu expressway. Also along this area, just across from us, is the agro processing area and the African Development Bank also the only testing center for products that will be exported in Shagamu, which is not too far. Where you do your testing, if it's approved, you can come down and get to anywhere you are going in the world. So the airport can accommodate 777, 350 Airbus. Wow. So it's ready to go.
It is basically an economic zone that we refer to as an metropolis. It is an airport and a special agro-processing zone. A special agro-processing zone is a place where you have an aggregation of processing companies that take raw materials, which we have in abundance in Ogun State, and process those raw materials to finished goods. Today, we are the #1 producer of cassava in the whole world. We're the #1 producer of eggs in Nigeria. We produce, rubber, to cashew, to kola nut, to cocoa. We have the largest abundance of limestone in Nigeria. And that's why you have Dangote and Lafarge, the two largest cement manufacturing companies in Nigeria, right here in our state. So we have a lot of companies that are processing raw materials to finish goods here. And that metropolis is going to be an economic zone where you have all these enterprises and the entire value chain. So from aggregation centers where the raw materials are aggregated and fed to the processing companies, and then from there, they can be exported by air or of course exported by sea through Lagos, which is just about an eye away from the airport.
In less than 1 year, they've achieved 60% milestone, and by 2023, the airport will be hitting completion and ready for use.
You already mentioned that over 1,000 people they are already working. So when this project is completed, I don't know if you have that number yet. How many people will get direct employment because of this project?
Don't say direct, because there's direct and indirect.
Okay.
Because one of the things we do before we make a presentation or get approval from His Excellency is look at the benefit to the society. The direct benefit, economic, and the indirect. So if I'm making a projection right now, just this area, not only the airport, you're going to have hotels all around, all the eateries, complementary facilities that is going to support the airport. On this side will be the agro-processing area. Okay. So if you combine all those things together, you're looking more than 100,000. 100,000 people combined together. Yeah. And that's just a tip of the iceberg. Then if you move further into the interior, different parts of the country, everybody producing things to move here. You have the transportation aspect of it.
Yes.
The food, the agri, hospitality, all the products coming in to support that. And also we boom the infrastructure development in this area. Yeah.
There is a 5-kilometer road from the entrance leading to the drop-off point in the airport. The 4 kilometers long, 60 meters wide runway is almost completed. Was built with the finest alphas for durability and strength.
This is the center line of the runway. The total runway is 65, including the shoulder. Left and right, 140 meters either side. That's so nice. All this area you are seeing, this was this low before. Everything was filled up.
Ogun State is the industrial hub of our nation, where you have over 1,000 manufacturers, more than 1,000 manufacturers. Now they've created an airport, which means you don't have to go to Lagos to export your agro goods. And here they've not only started, they have completed almost 60% of the work. Forget about what we're doing here. This is the fastest airport construction anywhere in Nigeria, anywhere in Africa. Because I've been to numerous projects, and if you can see the intention and the dedication, you can look even right there, just at casting, you have over 20-30 people working, and this is a 50 million square meter project, and the airport represents about 8 million, and every corner you cannot go 2 kilometers without seeing people working.
Constructed simultaneously is the 5-level control tower and a fire station.
With this, the controllers of the airport, they can see a 360 degree of the whole space. They're able to see around it.
Around it because it's glass.
That's amazing.
So you have the view of the whole area. Under construction right now, the agro apron, then soon to start is the passenger apron also. Mm-hmm. So each of them we are able to accommodate four minimum plane.
You have transformed a forest into an aerotropolis of about 50 million square meters, creating employment, creating infrastructure, empowering the streets, increasing the value of the property of private citizens. I mean, what else can we ask for?
Which of all of these accomplishments are you the most proud of?
It's all about transforming the state through creating an enabling environment for public-private partnership, making the state an investor-friendly state. Today, we've constructed over 400 kilometers of highway across the length and breadth of the state, across the 20 local governments. We've ensured that we've not developed any part of the state, at the expense of another one. We've ensured that we've provided jobs, for our people, because as people come to the state to invest, jobs will be created. We've ensured that we provided affordable housing, because these people are going to come and work. Where are they going to live? Today we've built over 1,100 houses, and we're still building.
I mean, there was an article I read, and they said Nigeria is a very complex, country to rule, and it needs complex individuals as well to rule it. What has been the most challenging part about being a governor of the state?
Generally, our citizens are not the most patient. They expect to see a change like instant, not minding the fact that the issues that have befell them are issues that have, over time, deteriorated, and it is impossible for you to correct, all those problems in a year or 2 years or 3 years. So the first problem you have as a leader is that of expectations of our people and the speed with which they want you to meet those expectations. That has been what I would call the most challenging.
With all of this you're doing, I know there's an end goal, there is something you want to leave behind. So what legacy are you looking at leaving behind when your tenure is over right here in Ogun State?
The legacy I'd like to leave behind is that legacy of the governor that assumed office was very fair, very just, very equitable in the distribution of development across the length and breadth of his state, and that governor that took this state from a good state to a great state.
Before leaving, I had to visit the Olumo Rock, one of the major tourist attractions in Nigeria right here in Ogun State.
Welcome, Steven, to Olumo Rock Tourist Complex, a place of refuge for the Egbas during the Intertribal Wars. The height of Olumo Rock is 137 meters above the sea level, and climbing the rock are in two ways. Either you go by the elevators or you go by the staircase. Whichever way you choose to climb the rock, one gets to the peak of the rock safely.
This rock was a hiding place for the Egbas during the Inter-Trouble Wars. The rock is a monument of faith, a unity source of strength, and unfailing protection for the Egba people.
That was where Egba people really hid during the Inter-Trouble Wars. It was it's an ideal place for someone to hide. When they were here, the enemies could not see them. When they were on top of the rock, they could see the enemies from afar. They would lay ambush and blow their heads off. After the war, people asked them, "You Egbas, where did you hide during the war?" They said, "We hid under the rock." That is where the name Abeokuta originated from.
From the top of the rock, you can have a 360 view of the ancient city of Ogun State.
Stephen, this has been very memorable. Thank you for coming to Ogun State to explore, and I'm very happy for you and what you're doing.
Thank you.
And I want to encourage you to continue to do what you're doing. I also want to encourage others to support you, to ensure that they push your followership to like 300,000-400,000 followers, because you're doing such a fantastic job.
Thank you so much,
Keep up doing that job.
I really do appreciate
Very good, very good, very good.
Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. And I'll see you in the next upload.